The quantum effect wipes out pain and allergy symptoms in less than 30 seconds with 0 drugs. Pastor Dave and hundreds of others have experienced the quantum effect for themselves. It's backed by scientific research and rigorous lab testing. Quantum is simply about 2 things. 1, intentions. As a man thinketh, so he is. And 2, renewing your mind with the Word of God. Only QE Strong encodes key intentions and Bible verses about healing onto the small patch. You simply place it on your body each day, and with a bonus prayer guide, read out loud a positive intention and 1 or 2 Bible verses about healing each day. The patch provides the touch, and the prayer guide uses your sight, speech, and hearing to relieve pain and allergy symptoms with the senses God gave you. It even works for people who have suffered decades of chronic symptoms. Are you ready to experience the quantum effect? Go to QEstrong.com/Mary.
Good morning, my beauties and bees, and welcome back to the Hive for another great episode of Live from the Hive this Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy to see all my friendly faces in the chat. Yes, that's satire. Well, the commercial's not satire, but I'm sharing it as satire because holy crap, yeah. There's a sticker with Bible verses on it, so yeah. And hey, thank you for everybody for showing up. I wanted to say something really quick about this. I'm not wearing any makeup today because people, talk about the HRT doesn't do anything. Look at me. Look at me without any makeup on. I'm not, yeah. I mean, come on. Let's be serious now. There's, I just wanted to see. This is the effects of HRT on the body. So yeah, that's what I look like with no makeup. I'm gonna do the whole show with no makeup. Just because I felt like I needed to show authentically my progress. I think I'm doing pretty good. There's some things I don't like. There's electrolysis that I need to get done. There's a lot of steps that I still want to take and to make my life better. But being able to come on here with no makeup on and be in front of the camera here for everybody to see me, say this is my authentic self, really feels good. Really boosting my confidence. So, just to let you know, it's and I started my transition at the age of 38. So, anybody out there who doesn't know whether that's what they want to do or not, it's never too late. If you think it's too late, it's not. So, I can't promise anything, but I can just tell you my story. And here I am. Oh. No, I like wearing makeup. I'm a girl. I love wearing my makeup. I love putting my lashes on and doing my hair, and I love doing all that stuff. Absolutely. It's something that I did never get to do for most of my life, so I'm kind of sophomoric about it too. I like doing like gothy makeup and stuff that I could not do when I was younger that I really wanted to. So you'll see in the coming months, there's going to be lots of different looks that I'm going to try to do on the show. It's going to be fun. But today I came on to show you, this is just what the HRT has done to me. You see, I don't know if you can see how much, maybe if you don't know what I looked like before, but how much the fat's redistributed on my face. Even look at my smile. Look how full that is. Look at that. Mm-hmm. I took the lines out of my forehead. My hairline's starting to come back up, slowly but surely. Yeah, I am feeling pretty good about this face. Feeling pretty good about it. Still not thrilled about the nose, but I think all people have something about their own face that they're critical about, so I'm not gonna sweat it. Oh, yeah, no, it's not because anybody said anything to me. It's because, yeah, look at me. I don't need to wear a bunch of makeup to be pretty. Um, I'm pretty like this with no makeup on. Oh, I don't have like bed sheets pressed to my face like I did a couple hours ago. I woke up and I had creases all down the side of my face. I was like, oh my God, are those going to go away before the show? It was like 7:30 though, so it was like, yeah, they went away in plenty of time. But you ever wake up like that, like especially when you're like late for work or something, and you're like, oh, I won't have to go to work. I got bed sheet prints on my face. Yeah, yeah. Lots of people be down on their noses or their ears. Um, I used to be like not like my eyes, but I kind of like my eyes now. I used to think my eyes were too feminine. Now I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a good thing. That's one of the main things too. That's really changed on my face is my eyes. And that's weird. That's something I didn't expect. My eye shape. I used to have a lot more deep set eyes. But it's making them fuller. My eyes used to be a lot smaller. People used to always say they could never see my eyes, and I was always squinty. And now I have like my eyes are wide. It's weird. Lots of weird things happen to my body. Anyway, today's show is going to be yeah, it's going to be a lot of cringe and some and some but there's also going to be some cool at the end, so stick around. I know you guys like the cringe though. Cringe is going to be in the middle. The beginning here, we're going to be, Cryptic Corner. You probably saw by the thumbnail, right? That we were going to do the aliens in the mall. The mall aliens are ongoing phenomena, but well, let's get into it. I'll see you guys over there in Cryptic Corner. Let's do this. Let's start the show. See you in Cryptic Corner. Hello, my beauties and bees, and welcome to another episode of Cryptic Corner, where we explore the unexplained, the supernatural, the paranormal and hidden, the mysterious, the alien, the accursed, and the forbidden. I am your host, Miss Bumblebee, and today we are going to be delving into something quite topical. So, if you haven't heard, if you've been under a rock, Miami's been invaded by aliens. There's nothing we can do. The city's lost. All of Miami's police force rolled out to stop the alien invasion, but just wasn't enough manpower. Started in a mall. Well, that's what you would think, judging by some of these YouTube channels out here. But let's really dive in and see what's actually being said here. So I found a channel that's been covering this pretty consistently since it started. I think that's a good place for us to start. So let's pull it on up here. This channel covers it from start to finish. It's called Lady and Ben. Looks like they mostly do like ghost and paranormal stuff, just like kind of like I do, I guess. More on the believer side of things, I would say though. So But as you can see, for the last week, they've been nothing but this Miami alien stuff. Now, I'm not going to watch all. They got like 2.5 hours or something here. No, not quite that long, but there's an hour. About an hour and 45 minutes of content here that they've done. I've just picked out some of the more select stuff. This starts getting into different areas, but we'll talk about that as it comes up. Yes. So let's see here. The first one we're going to start with. Do I have the original? Okay, what do I have? All right. So we're going to start with this one from 3 days ago, because he does a big recap at the beginning, so it's really straightforward. All right, let's do this. Okay, hold on. Got to get this audio fixed.
More and more people by the day. This whole Miami alien thing just is not going away, and it's absolutely getting exploded with more and more people by the day, it would seem, coming out to speak about their experiences from supposedly being at the Miami Mall on New Year's Day of 2024 when a 10-foot supposed shadowy alien was captured on camera. Now, if you haven't seen it or you've been living under a rock, here's the footage.
Esta es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami.
So that's a lot of cops, but I think that the number of white cars parked along here too is inflating the amount of cops that it seems like it is. I think some of these back here are not actually cop cars, but just white cars reflecting the light. Let me see. Let's go watch that through again.
Esta es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami. Esto es en Bayside ahora.
It's definitely a lot of cops, right? Is Cosmic Kyle here? Where's Cosmic Kyle? Cosmic Kyle. Calling Kyle. Oh, he messaged you. Okay, yeah. I thought Kyle had said something about the Miami aliens. I'd love to get Kyle's take on the Miami aliens. Oh, you've been living under a rock, Aunt Jer? That's no place for a kitty cat to live. This is just the police response to the aliens at this Miami mall. That's where we are so far.
¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? 9:35 de la noche de hoy, 1 de enero, frente a Bayside. No sabemos qué.
With that many cops on site, you think you'd see more people out directing traffic, though. Jesus, they're just like, oh, we're gonna block all the roads, and we'll figure out a way to work around us. We don't care.
Está pasando.
I think this is a great example of cops escalating, though, right? Like they escalate things. I love to hear the radio back and forth on this. That hasn't been released yet. Nothing's been released from the reports, like what people were reporting. But yeah, we'll get there. Lots of. There they are, directing traffic, finally. Way up there, but not out here.
Bueno, para que sean testigos de cuando se produce una llamada a todas las unidades. Y las que vienen en camino.
So the official report is that this is a riot, like teenagers rioting or fighting.
And since this clip has become public information, it has gone absolutely viral, with countless people coming forward since this, stating that they were there at the mall during this time and they saw exactly what happened. One of these people is someone that goes by the name on TikTok of Notic_1, who said this 14 hours ago.
My name is Notic, and I was also at the mall when I saw the 10 feet alien. I'm gonna give you my testimony right now. So, what I saw, I was just standing on the side of the mall.
It's really quiet, sorry.
As everybody's running towards the center of the mall, I went to try to take out my phone. But as soon as I got to my phone, I looked up and I see this 10 feet creature just like moving side to side. The images was like cutting in and out. It wasn't clear. He was fading in and out of like reality, I guess. And then 3 other ones appeared and they was fading in and out of reality. So it's like they wanted to be here, but it's like we had the power to...
So, like, yeah, how many cops do we need? This is the Hollywood moment we've been waiting for. Tonight we ride. Yeah, they want to be, everybody wants to be John McClane, right? Everybody wants to be the big hero, especially on New Year's Day. They're all hot to trot from riding high. Yeah, but this guy's testimony is, it's kind of where the alien stuff starts, right?
See them, but we couldn't see them all the way. Like, we needed to have, I don't know, they needed to come all the way out. I don't know. But it was a little shaky. The cops came. There was like 1 million cops out there. It was nasty. And then they asked everybody for their phones right before we departed. So they made a perimeter around these aliens, and they was checking everybody's phones.
So, like, if I was, that's the thing too. If there was really something like this going on, Kyle did show up. Hey, I was just talking about you. Well, they were. John was talking about you, and I'm like, hey, I thought Kyle was here. But yes, I didn't know if you'd heard about the Miami aliens or not, Kyle. But it's good to see you this morning. Yeah, I know he's really quiet on here too, compared to the rest of the videos. I can't bump him up anymore. This is up all the way. His volume's up all the way on here. He is really quiet. I can turn on closed caption though. Yeah, that's the thing too. But I was saying, if say Bree's at the mall, right, and aliens or just the cop thing, right? I'd be streaming it. You all would be watching that on my channel if something like this was happening. You would be watching it live on my channel. I wouldn't be. The cops can't confiscate a live feed, right? And if they do, it's gonna get captured live too. But we didn't see any of that. It's all after this guy's report. I believe is the original initial first report.
But I got somebody with a picture and a video, and he's from Miami. He's a resident of Miami, and from Orlando. And he was at the mall too, so. Me and him became cool when he was running away. I was like, yo, you got that? He was like, yeah, I got that. So me and him on contact, and he's just scared to release the video, I guess, but I'm gonna have the video because we cool.
So that does go hand in hand with what everyone else was saying.
So he's saying he's got a guy, there's a guy that has the video, right? Aliens, huh? Well, I have strong opinions on why I find it extremely unlikely we've ever been visited, let alone interacted with. Good thing. I hope. Hi, John. I'm okay. Had a lot going on lately. Hopefully, it's good stuff. D. Yeah. Did not. Yeah. The very usual suspect kind of thing. This is why I wanted to talk about this because remember that guy's not real lady on the plane. Right? I feel like I kind of jumped the gun and I should have waited a couple more weeks to cover that because more stuff came out about it that like made my coverage seem kind of mean-spirited. Not super mean-spirited, but I not something I'm proud of. So yeah, so I wanted to wait and see what developed on this, but we've given it a week. It's stewed for a week. Lots of other people have been covering it with all their hype and stuff, especially these guys. So we have to address it. Yeah, well, these are interdimensional aliens, right? They seem to come through a portal, not like from space. So maybe they're different.
Everyone else's statements was that they were shadowy figures that were kind of fading in and out of reality. Now, he, of course, is not the only witness to step forward, as another witness who goes by the name of Cinny Sturshot. I've absolutely butchered that. But here's what he had to say about his interactions with whatever it was.
My basement and film this. This shit is so crazy. I'm posting this, and I want y'all to repost, save this video, post it on other platforms before it gets taken down. But I want to clear up some of this misinformation about the Bayside Mall incident that happened. So me and my girl was in town, and we were shopping at the mall, and we noticed a lot of kids there. It wasn't a real big deal at first until they got to arguing and shoving, and then like weapons got brought in, and they started fighting, running all over the mall, chaos just all over the place. So we thought we heard gunshots, but it turns out that was actually fireworks. But either way, that caused everybody to start rushing for the doors. People was leaving stuff behind. I mean, just dragging their kids. It was just complete fucking chaos, man. Anyway, so as we running, we look back and we noticed some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid shapes, not human. I promise these is not human. I mean, it made...
See, that's my thing, is someone reported gunshots at the mall. Is why the police reacted that way, which is the kind of the reaction you'd want to see at a live shooter situation. The police reaction. Nobody wants to be Uvalde, right? Nobody wants to be the next Uvalde. The police that didn't respond properly. But it was kids with fireworks, apparently. So that explains the police response, right? As far as I'm concerned, but at least if that's what was reported initially. But he's gonna get into the weird shit here. So here we go.
Her stand up on my skin. And shit, we just booked it for the doors after that, man. I can't explain what that was. I can't say that was aliens, but I can say that was not human. It was not human. And they online, I don't know if they're trying to cover this stuff up, but they saying that it was police officers and somebody, not shadowy figures. It's 2024, man. It's something going on. It's something going on, and they're trying to cover it up. A lot of people saw what I saw, and like I said, it was so much chaos ensued that it was just hard to let that sink in, that we was realizing what we were looking at. I mean, it's something you can never even create in your head in a dream. I'm putting this out there though, man, because I want people to know that this stuff is real. Get this out and spread this. And if you were a person that was there and you saw what I saw, please put this video out, because they're trying to cover this stuff up, man. They don't want us to tell the truth. And I got a good feeling this video will be taken down. So don't.
But here it is.
Media. This shit is real, and whatever it is, they do not want people to know about it. Can't even, man.
Absolutely wild. So there, in his testimony, he was absolutely adamant that everything was real and to not believe the media and what they're saying about it being not aliens and actually be kids playing with fireworks.
He just said it was kids playing with fireworks. Homeboy just said that. What are you talking about? See, you gotta listen. It's called active listening. You gotta pay attention to what he's saying and say it back to him. If you need to, and when you say it back wrong. You change what it said. That's how we get this. They used to, what do they call it? The fire drill or whatever thing, where you would the telephone game. Yeah, where you whisper. You're slightly changing what he said to push a narrative.
Now, he is not the only one to testify, as there was a third witness who has also come out to speak about it.
He's really loud compared to. He's really loud compared to the video. It's kind of bouncing back and forth.
TikTok page. I think this TikTok page is kind of collating the evidence or collating the witness statements and kind of reposting them to their own TikTok page. So let's take a look at this one too.
Like, I literally have been getting interrogated by the Miami Police Department for days. I look at me. It is really
aliens. It's really aliens. And I cannot believe that the Miami Police Department is really going to try to make it seem like they had all those police cars and stuff out there over some kids fighting. We talking about 3 or 4 blocks. We get it. They asked us first. They asked
over potential gunshots in a mall.
Two of my cousins and one of my homegirls. All 3 of us being basically locked the fuck up. I ain't trying to get in trouble or nothing like that, but I'm just telling y'all, man. This shit is so real, man. Like, everybody saw it. There will be more questions. There will be more questions. But I just want to go and speak about it. They asked us not to speak about it. Any blog site, any news site, anybody who wants to talk to me, please get in my DM. Because that's the only way I'm going to tell my whole truth. And I just want to let y'all know, man. Aliens are y'all like this video, get this video trending, and I post my own cell phone pictures. They tried to actually take my cell phone. You know what I'm saying? I showed them.
Yeah, I think there'd be like some evangelicals saying they're demons and stuff, right?
Then they're thinking that I'm helping the world. They trying to delete it. But once you delete something on your phone, they have recently deleted, you have to put your password in. I wasn't willing to get in that.
Well, I would have uploaded it to social media immediately. Why did you just save it on your phone? Dude, why didn't you upload it to TikTok immediately? Why didn't you record it live to TikTok? If you're a TikToker, why didn't you, if not, you like your other socials, your personal socials, something. That's just my thoughts on it. If you're seeing aliens and stuff. Active shooters, though?
Once again, another person coming out to say that the police tried to take their phone as they were leaving the Miami mall.
Blows my eardrums when it switches.
What's very interesting is that both people have said that they have the footage, but they will only share it if their videos get likes and shares. That to me is a big red flag. I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I had the footage and I had literal footage of me with an alien, I would absolutely be posting it regardless of what my following was. I would just post it and just let the internet tell.
That is the truth. That is the absolute truth.
But that's just me. Now, coming back to the original man, the original whistle-blowing witness. Who remembers this clip right here?
So, since nobody's going to talk about it, I was down in Miami for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl got a little time share. We was down there. Many Bay came. We happened to be at that mall. So we had Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, we start hearing all this commotion outside. Sound like firecrackers or something. So, you know what I'm saying? I grab her close. I'm like, we're about to get up out of here because I originally thought that they were shooting. I thought, some type of gunfight had broke out or whatever the case is, because we're not familiar with Miami, we're not familiar with the city. So I'm like, damn, I ain't even got my blick. So we about to swerve. Next thing I know, it's like crazy. Like we just see all these people running, like fat chicks, old ladies. Like I'm talking about moving. You know what I'm saying? Like old people even move. I'm talking about moving. So my girl's like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that, we out. Like I'm not gonna ask no questions, we just gonna follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real like gunshots start going off. So you know what I'm saying? Like we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, no cap. I look back, it looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like these dudes start firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people.
So I'm worried about this song he has playing in the background, getting me struck, but
that ran out the mall. He like trying to detain these people, whatever.
Well, you know, me and my girl, we ended up just, you know, sliding past all that and everything like that. But, you know, a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode. But for real, they lying, yo. It was all them officers and all that. They was not there because of no kids fighting. It was really some like movie shit going on in there, yo. So, you know, that's what it was, yo.
So that was Sosa Pippin, who was...
So, yeah, the gunshots, I think, is probably what triggered people to run, so...
was one of the first people, when this all started kicking off, to come out and explain himself as a, quote, witness to it. Well, this was Sosa Pippin no more than 24 hours later.
Yo, listen. Yo, y'all gotta chill. Yo, this shit crazy. I never been to Miami in my life. I was dead trolling, yo. Y'all can't be that gullible, yo. I was dead ass trolling. I've never been to Miami. I'm not in danger. I'm chilling. Like, real, I mean, fuck it. Y'all want to make me go viral? I don't give a fuck. But yo, listen, for real, I was trolling. I'm chilling. What's wrong with y'all? Shit crazy, yo. Y'all bugging.
So that was posted no more than 24 hours, and when you go to his page now, you can see people crazy, I was dead ass trolling, and then his Cash App, and the original video that he posted of him.
So yes, the alien original video is. Can you all hear this guy though? The videos he shares are really quiet, but he's really loud to me. This guy
now been deleted from his page.
Let's see here.
Which has sparked yet another.
That's hurting my ears loud.
Conspiracy that he was forced to take his video down by the government. That's what people are now talking about. He was forced to take it down. He was paid to take it down by the government because they did not want the information of aliens spreading like wildfire. Even though I think it's a bit late for that, but those are all the witnesses that have come out to speak about this entire situation. But there has since been more supposed leaked footage from inside the mall with someone who must have been recording on a potato. This person's tried to increase the quality of the video, but I'm just going to play it for you because you can make with it what you want.
This brand new footage coming out of Miami, Florida regarding the Bayside Market alien incident. This witness captures those three beings on film.
Okay.
I have enhanced the video as much as I possibly could, as well as slowed it down at the end so you can see.
Bro. Everyone's going this way.
What the hell?
Yo, what is that?
Bro, you filmed this on a potato. Is that actually the creatures? Ah, dude, I'm sorry.
This is so blurry. Why is this so blurry? I'm gonna check my volume settings out here real quick. See what's going on. Maybe it's something in here. Because I had to mess with this the other day when I was had Doc Dino on. Headphones. That's all at 100%. Potato. Yeah. It's always potato footage. You know. I don't know. Anyway.
This quality, I don't know if I'm buying this at all, honestly. Like, what did you film this on? Your fucking sneaker? Did Nike come out with a camera? I don't know, man.
Now, you can obviously hear by Mitchell React's response there that it's not the most believable clip, but I wanted to play it for you guys because, well, it's the internet and people like to run wild with these kind of conspiracies. But I've also unearthed another video of a supposed UFO that was flying over Miami on the 1st of January. Literally about half an hour before everyone dispersed from the mall. Take a little look.
And they leave. How is that not a drone, though? Like, how is that not the drone? A drone? There's police cars all over the place. I bet people were putting their drones up. Good morning.
So, what do you make of all of this? There have been the witnesses, there have been the UFO videos and the supposed footage from inside the mall, but, well, there was one person who also came out and was like, yeah, I was literally making it up. So it just goes to show how easy it is for these people to claim to be witnesses there at the Miami Mall during the time of the incident. I'd like to leave it all with you, so let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Way down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tick my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed, and we'll speak to you later. Peace.
Alright, so there's more. This is another video. There's one that has like footage or alleged footage. Here we go. Pay attention, the cop says over there. So, here.
And I didn't know what to do.
So there it is, a third account of what people believe to be the aliens at Bayside Mall on the 1st of January. Now, there has been some new footage that has been released of these supposed beings. So I'm just going to play it for you. You guys can decide what you think of it, but here it is.
This man just released the clearest photograph of the creature that was allegedly seen in Miami.
Okay.
Oddly enough, the man said the strange thing about this encounter...
Okay, this... No, there's no way this is real. No way.
Photographs, the creature appears to be transparent. And this matches what other residents have said. One resident said that this creature that was seen suddenly became transparent and appeared see-through, while another said that they tried to follow it, but it suddenly vanished.
So I was just about to wrap up this video, but then I stumbled across this video, which clearly shows that over the radio there has been leaked footage of a cop radio saying creature when they describe what's going on inside the mall. Take a little listen to this. It's going to blow your mind. So, I mean, clearly the one that was cleared up was superimposed. There's no way that that one was real, in my opinion. But the more blurry version, I think that was the clip that we were supposed to kind of see, the photograph that someone supposedly got of this being. Now, do I believe it? I don't know. That could literally be anywhere. It could be a signpost as you're driving past.
Yeah, nothing even says Miami about that to me. But yeah, nothing.
So, all of the footage that we've seen so far has had all of the police cars in shot, which kind of verifies the location that photo was taken. This one, I'm not 100% convinced, but it has been circulating around the internet. Now, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of this down below. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more footage of this, but if there is, be sure to subscribe, because obviously we're going to be covering it, all of it. As soon as it comes out, we're on it. And while you're down there talking about it all, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed, and we'll speak to you later. Peace.
So now they got aliens spotted in Brazil. So yeah, let's see what we got here.
Storm. Hikers in Brazil have shared footage of what they believe to be 10-foot tall aliens. It was filmed on the island of Ilha do Mel, about 285 miles down the coast of Sao Paulo. Two mysterious figures can be seen on the top of a hill. It's difficult to make out clearly, but they appear to be very tall and slender. Not quite what you'd expect to see on your average countryside stroll. As you'd expect, some people online are fully leaning into the conspiracy theories, whilst others are taking a much more light-hearted approach. Posting on X, famously tall ex-footballer Peter Crouch joked, "We were on holiday, please respect our privacy at this time." Oh, how we love the internet sometimes. As fun as it is to theorise about extraterrestrial beings living amongst us, we're still waiting for the day when alien footage emerges that doesn't look like it was filmed using a calculator. What are your thoughts on the supposed sighting? Let us know in the comments below. This new alien sighting is
Is this true, genuine footage? I mean, from first glances, I was dubious. I mean,
genuine footage of what? Someone standing up on the hillside? I don't think it looks like an alien. Do you guys think it looks like an alien? It's just, maybe it's just me?
It could be anything. They're very, very far away. Obviously, zoomed in, it's not the clearest of footage, as is the case for most alien sightings. But they did seem to be incredibly tall, though. Another thing to add is it was filmed from a downward perspective, filming up, so everything will look enlarged and a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone that may have missed it, I don't know how you could have, here is the footage of the Miami Mall aliens that circulated around over the past week.
Okay, here we go.
Take a little look, and you might see some similarities.
Those are literally two cops walking side by side. People panicking because of the gunshots and the police. Where? I see no aliens. That's just two cops walking. Seriously. Hope this music doesn't get me yanked. There's a lot of freaking cops, though. Like, gunfire at a mall. You gotta remember, this is gunfire at a mall. So, a lot of cops.
We look back and we notice some weird shapes taller than me. I'm 6'2", shadowy, dark, solid.
Yeah, we just watched shapes, that. Hold
not
on.
Human. I promise you, these is not human. I mean, it made the hair sting.
Boy, what the going on in Miami, bro?
Looking for any footage that shows an actual alien.
So, what do you make of all this? I mean, the claims are there, the footage is there. We'll take one final look again at the original footage now that we've seen the old footage of the new footage of the old footage, and then you can kind of make your own conclusions as to what you're experiencing.
Is taking the internet by storm. Hikers in Brazil have shared footage of what they believe to be 10-foot tall aliens. It was filmed on the island of Ilha do Mel, about 285 miles down the coast.
And why is this anything to do with the Miami aliens? I have no idea. But they're linking them together. So this is not actually a related incident, I don't think. But like they're just trying to build off the hype. You see, they even put like the arrow pointing from that to that, like they're the same phenomena, and it's not. There's no, there's no evidence that any connection between these two incidents. All right, what do we got here? Show police knew about the 10-foot tall aliens.
I thought it was over, but absolutely not. There have been countless more witnesses, supposed witnesses, who were at the Bayside Mall at the time of the Miami Mall alien supposed.
Is this the one we just watched? Yeah.
The creature appears to be transparent.
We just watched that one. Where's the... I want to see the one where the cop's talking here. Where there's a cop talking. Where's that at? Okay.
Well, I hope you all kept your tinfoil hats on, because the whole aliens in Miami thing hasn't died down whatsoever. In fact, it's just absolutely exploded. It has taken over one of... And here's what they had to say.
Miami. Don't know how true it is, but check it out.
How have I not heard about this? My dad's a police officer in Miami, and I mean, like, he's even running for sheriff, and I just talked to him. He didn't say anything about that. Hey, did you, have you been seeing the alien stuff? Did you see that at Bayside?
What?
Are you serious? You're joking. You're joking. Did they tell you not to talk about it? How many times you want to slice the pie? I'm not allowed to know about it. What? I know what you're talking about, but I'm not allowed to know about it.
What?
Can you at least say, like, whatever? So they're saying it's like a fight broke out. Why did they send so many police cars? Are you serious? You can't say anything?
Damn, bro. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Just because you're the cop's son doesn't mean he's allowed to release anybody's arrest stuff to you. That's privileged information. If he does, that's a violation. You're trying to get him in trouble.
Bro, exactly. How many times do you want him to slice the fucking pie, dude? He's getting to the meat and potatoes. He's not allowed to speak about it, bro. Like I said, please take that with a grain of salt. But
now, like Mitchell just said there, do take that with a pinch of salt, because obviously we've got no credentials for these people. We don't know if that man is actually a police officer. I'm not saying he's not, but we don't know for a fact whether he is or not. And also,
that seems like something we could look up, because he said he's running for sheriff of Miami, didn't he? So you could just look up who's running for sheriff of Miami and verify.
You could FaceTime my dad on TikTok and just be like, Dad, you're a police officer in Miami right now. Can you talk about it? And then he can just say, I don't want to talk about it. Like, he would tend to do this thing to kind of hop on the bandwagon to get clout and stuff like this. I'm not saying that that's what he's doing, but of course you just need to take these things with a pinch of salt, because no one, without like proper credentials and stuff, how are we to know? Anyway, we've got yet another witness who spoke out. Obviously, we had the witness from the first video. If you haven't seen the first video...
I hope the audio is better. I put it on the spatial thing, and it seems to be sounding better for you guys, but let me know.
There will be a link to it down below, but this is a video before this one. But we've got brand new witnesses who were supposedly at the mall at the time of the alien thing happening. And yeah, Mitchell reacts once again, coming in clutch, getting us those witness tapes. Let's take a look.
But check it out.
What's up, y'all? I'm here to set the record straight, man.
All right.
I already heard his story.
I literally...
More of the hype.
Members of local gangs start fight in the shopping center. Other sources said a group of children used fireworks at the mall. But after some time, a more mysterious version.
Aliens getting to the Miami Mall. Now, it sounds like a bit of a far-fetched. Hear her out.
Incident, it was said that there was a portal that was opened in the mall that people had seen.
A portal in the mall, guys.
And that, obviously, this is where the aliens had come out of. I had just found this tweet here today that says, Miami Aliens Incident Antarctic Base. They put the coordinates in backwards. Please try it and write where it takes you. So when you open up a portal, you have to have coordinates of where you want to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go onto Google Earth here today, and we're going to look up the Bayside Marketplace. I'm already on it here, but I'm going to type it in here for you guys, so you can see that this is where it takes us, the Bayside Marketplace on the screen here. All right,
okay.
So we're going to right-click on the coordinates here. We're going to copy this,
I'm with you.
and we're going to paste it over here. So what we're going to do right here, it says north and west, so we've got 25, 46, 42. So on the girl's tweet here, right here, so here's the tweet in the comments here, it says 25, 46, 42 west. So we're going to change that from north to west, and we've got 80, 11, 12 west.
Okay.
Change it. She's got 80, 11, 12 south. So let's change the west to south.
Seems like someone's turning this into an ARG.
Now it's going to take us, look, you can already see it's taking us to the bottom here. So we're going to zoom out.
We're in Antarctica.
Oh, lordy lord. Look at this. Look at that. This is the Antarctic Circle here in the south. How can we confirm that we're in the south here? Because if we take a look here, here's Argentina over here. Here we've got Africa over here. And here we have actually New Zealand. So this is in the south here. So it seems like Barry did a bad job. Did a bad job putting the wrong coordinates. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that one is a little bit of a stretch, but it is one of the theories floating around the internet, so I thought I'd include it within this video for you guys.
All right.
But the commotion, the sheer commotion, did force the Miami Police Department to make this statement on their social medias. Have a little listen to this.
Just to address a few clips that are going viral on social media right now. First, our response to that big incident in Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people. There was also some looting going on. So officers that were on that scene were having a little bit of trouble containing it. So they called what is called a citywide 3, which every officer in the city responded. That's why you saw so much police presence for that call to contain that crowd. Now, there is now video going viral of 8 to 10 foot aliens walking around Bayside. It's actually just a to you all here today right now that there are no aliens in Miami in Bayside Marketplace at the moment. So it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
Yeah, so obviously they had to come out, they had to speak about it, they had to do something because the commotion was just absolutely bloody sane. So obviously they had no choice but to kind of speak about it. But again, there have been more people speaking out about their story times and their theories around it. So we're going to take a look at some of the theories.
Just a fight amongst the teens. I'm going to show you some footage, and then I'm going to tell you exactly who it may be that was found in the Miami Mall, and it would explain everything to you. You would start to understand why we've been seeing the things that happen in Las Vegas and now Miami. And
we happened to be at that mall, start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. Saying, next thing I know, it's like crazy to just see all these people running at fat chicks, old ladies.
Fat chicks. This is the guy that came out and said that it wasn't real, though. So, I don't know. It seems like everybody's just buying into hype. This is just right. Yeah, that was official. That was an official TikTok post, right? And I don't know why I'm having so much sound trouble these last couple of days. I mean, I guess I sound fine, but the videos I'm sharing are really quiet for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. Output. Let's see.
It looked like a big shadow, but it was solid at the same time, like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time, and it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. I'm like, yo, what? We start really moving. Next thing the police is gonna get all the people that ran out the mall. Like, it was solid at the same time. Like, a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? But that time was going on. It almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was phone. I'm saying everybody going on survival mode.
Nobody knows. Of course, it could be fireworks, teens fighting. I don't even know if I'm allowed to share this. But I have gotten information through an indirect source from someone who is in the FBI, who is...
Let me see here. Oh shit, yeah. Hold on, I'm doing something with the sound. He's getting into the Nephilim. Turned off my headphones for a minute. I'll roll back in just a second.
It really is happening. Again, 10 years ago, everyone said UFOs were fake, UFOs aren't real. And now we have congressional hearings almost every week about them. It happened when men began to multiply on the face of the land. Daughters were born to them. That the sons of God, now sons of God doesn't mean human sons of God. No, it actually is interpreted as a reference to the royalty or rulers possessed by fallen angels. These fallen angels saw the daughters of men. They were beautiful and desirable. They took wives for themselves, whomever they chose and desired. Now, everyone says, well, Gabe, the flood happened after that. So obviously the Nephilim don't exist anymore. Well, when Jesus casted out those demons, and coincidentally, all of a sudden they all wanted to go from the pigs.
Let me know if that sounds any better. I'm so annoyed.
What if, when the flood happened, the spirits of Nephilim were reigning over the territories, even on the land, before the mass oceans were here, right? And so they were reigning over that territory. They had authority. And when the flood happened, even though the sea and the waters were above them, and the spirits were disembodied from their original creatures, they still occupied territory over the waters. That would explain a lot of the reasons why we have these marine spirits, why there's special things happen on cruises.
Marine spirits? Am I coming through my right microphone now? I listened to myself and I was coming through my other microphone, or this microphone, and I definitely don't want to come through that one. That one sounds like ass. I don't want to come through the headset microphone either. Messing with the volume settings on here at one time now. I've been off for the last few weeks. It's been driving me nuts.
Interesting things happen in the ocean that you just can't explain away.
Now, obviously, that is one of the theories, and it's a very religious aspect on it. If you want to check out the full video, I will leave a link to Gabe's full video down in the description. But it just offers what people deem to be another potential to what these aliens could have been. Anyway, that's where we're up to with it. We've got more witness statements, supposedly.
All right, that's what we're up to with it at that point. But this is from 4 days ago, and this channel is all over it. So, the Brazil thing was just the other day. I'm surprised they haven't released more since this morning. But yeah, I guess that's up to date and where we are on the alleged alien invasion of Miami. Anyway, yeah, that was a fun ride. What do you guys think? Do you think that there were aliens in the mall in Miami? And do you think they traveled to Brazil to stand on a cliffside for a photo shoot? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Yeah, and please remember to be kind and take care, and we'll see you next time. All right, live from the Hive, people. Saturday morning. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. We're not over yet. The show's not over yet, and I feel like I just got my audio under control. Yeah, don't go, because we got more show to come, and it's going to get cringier. then it's going to get better. But it's got to get a lot cringier before it gets better. So, I'm going to see you guys over in Sci-Fails, okay? I'll see you guys over there. Don't leave. Don't you leave, because I'll be watching the numbers of people here, and you better not go. I'm taking attendance when we get back. All right. All right. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Welcome one and all to a little bit of Sci-Fails today. I had so much fun doing the bad anthropology the other day. I found this channel. I was actually looking at some Gutsick Gibbon stuff, looking at to see who responds to her anthropology stuff, and I found this like the worst channel that you guys probably have ever seen. Get a load of this nonsense, okay? So, this is Eric Dondero, Right Anthro, and Human Origins. This guy is 100% cringe. Yeah. We have such smashing hits as African Pygmies, Modern Homo naledi. He actually thinks that humans are different, that we're different species from the different human races are different species. This guy is a total clown, right? Oh, there's so many Erics. Why do we have Erics? There's Erics overflowing. Does the Hiveth overflow with Erics? Yeah. This guy is totally cringy. Thinks that they all innovations in human technology were done by white people. Goes after Erica, Gutsick Gibbon, top celebrity in paleoanthropology, gets her facts wrong yet again. There's a few videos about Erica that are a bit cringy, but what I found was that this individual actually made a video called Human Evolution for Conservatives and Others on the Right. And I just think that's hilarious. Like, they have to have their own evolution theory. So, let's look at it. Let's look at human evolution through the eyes of a Nazi.
With this presentation, we will introduce you to fundamental concepts of human evolution. We will provide you with key basics to help you to push back on leftist narratives. It is going to be fast-paced. Best to take notes. You may need to rewind and watch the video multiple times. Let's get started. Carl Linnaeus is widely viewed as the father of natural history. He's credited with taxonomy classifications of animals and plants. Linnaeus invented the term Homo sapiens. Linnaeus was the son
Invented a lot of Latin names for things.
of a Lutheran pastor in Sweden. He became a medical
Binomial nomenclature. Yeah. Oh. This is Paleo Leo Apology. Yeah, this is mediocre white men will do anything to feel superior because they don't want to be laughed at by people that went to school but also want to stay racist.
Doctor. Later on, he became a full-time naturalist and professor of botany at Uppsala University. He was a Christian man and believed in celebrating the beauty of God's creations. From FamousScientist.org. Linnaeus proposed that God originally made just a few starting species. Over time, these starting species interbred.
So we're doing the Orchard of Life thing. They interbred with each other? Wait a second, so we're all hybrids? What?
Producing hybrids, resulting in a much broader range of species.
We're all hybrids, who knew? I wonder how... We're like, what do they say? They're like pig and monkey hybrids. Humans are.
Quote, Linnaeus, an 18th century Swedish botanist who categorized every single living being on the planet, he actually coined the phrase Homo sapien. Looking around the world at the diversity of humans, he said, well, you know, we seem to come in discrete subspecies. End quote. TED Lecture, 2007.
I went to take a drink of my water and there was something floating in it, so I'm going to change my cup. Because there's something floating in it. Oh, I can turn him up, you know.
Charles Darwin, as a young naturalist in the early 1800s, took a 5-year journey around the world on the HMS Beagle. He collected wildlife samples, insects, and flora to bring back to England for museum collections and for further study. Darwin had just graduated as a seminary student from Christ Church College at Oxford in 1831. His rather famous uncle Erasmus and his medical doctor father applauded his decision to join the Beagle crew. It was during a long...
So, yeah, I mean, we do have Neanderthal DNA. We are hybrids between other species within our genus. I think most species would kind of fall into that category, though, that they have a little bit of this and a little bit of that from other species within their genus, though. Giving them some genetic diversity.
Stay on the Galapagos Islands off the coast of South America.
Hold
on. It was applauded his decision to join the Beagle crew. It was during a long stay on the Galapagos Islands off the coast of South America. It was during a long stay on the Galapagos Islands off the coast of South America, while studying the exotic wildlife, that Darwin came upon his theory.
So does he think that's actually how it's spelled, or does he realize he's got it spelled wrong there? I wonder. The Galapagos. I wonder.
Of natural selection. From the New Republic, Charles Darwin Conservative, 2009. Darwin was not an atheist, but a Victorian believer. He was someone who favored individual liberty over big government. Darwin was an admirer of John Locke and Adam Smith, two of the greatest thinkers of freedom. In 1859, Darwin's greatest work was published, On the Origin of Species by...
Yeah, he's not doing his best.
He was someone who favored individual...
Yeah, at least spell check your work, right? He's like, oh, maybe Galapagos isn't a real word. Whatever he said, Galapagos or something like that, yeah.
Means of natural selection, or the preservation of favored races in the struggle for life.
Ooh! Don't you lean so hard into that word. You ever heard somebody lean so hard into the word races in their life? Let's listen to that again.
On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the preservation of favored races in the struggle for life.
So race met subspecies in Victorian time. That's they split the word subspecies to mean other things now than what it meant back then. But yeah, it wasn't actually species or subspecies. It's at an even smaller level than that. It's genetic diversities within a population. It's not. The races is not the same thing as what it meant back then. It's much more pinned down now and narrowed down as far as, and I'm talking land races as in used in dog breeding and stuff like that. So not even human races, because there really aren't anything that we could call human races because we aren't genetically diverse enough. But canines are, because they're super plastic.
From the National Geographic, natural selection is the process through which populations of living organisms adapt and change. Individuals in a population are naturally variable, meaning that they are all different in some ways. This variation means that some individuals have traits better suited to the environment than others.
But everything has good traits suited for some environment, though. They've everything that's surviving now has survived 6 major extinction events to whittle down and perfect its anatomy to survive in the environment that it's currently living in. Everything. Stop being weird about it, though, dude.
Quote, "There is no doubt that the various races, when carefully compared and measured, differ much from each other as in texture of hair, proportions of all parts of the body, the capacity of the lungs, the capacity of the skull, and the brain." End quote. Charles Darwin, Descent of Man, 1879.
This is back in the time when people still believed in, like, phrenology and stuff like that, though. This isn't real. That wasn't the anatomical differences that were proposed by Victorian scientists did not pan out into reality. They were used as part of propaganda, though, to promote, like, slavery or to excuse slavery and the butchering of native peoples around the globe, but they didn't actually amount to anything when you actually go in and take the measurements, like he was talking about, the anatomical measurements, the capacities of the brain and things like that. Those things didn't pan out. You know, that's what they used to say to try to keep black people out of sports too. Their lung capacity was different. Their hearts were bigger. All sorts of nonsense. That they had an unfair advantage. Same stuff they say about freaking trans women, but I digress.
Quote, "Conservatives need Charles Darwin. The intellectual vitality of conservatism in the 21st century will depend on the success of conservatives in appealing to advances in the biology of human nature as confirming conservative thought." So you're going to try to push Charles Darwin on young Earth creationists? Good luck with that. You're going to try to push him on biblical literalists and right-wing Americans? I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that you have a snowball's chance in hell of making that happen. End quote. Larry Arnhart, political science professor, University of DeKalb, Illinois.
Oh, here we go. The rise of apes. You guys ready to learn some conservative history about apes?
From the Smithsonian. Even before DNA analysis, scientists knew humans belonged in the primate order. Carl Linnaeus classified humans with monkeys, apes, and other primates in his 18th century taxonomic system.
Yes, because we are apes, my dude.
Fossil evidence for the first proto-primates go back 55 million years ago. Monkeys emerged 40 million years ago. The first apes may have arisen in Africa approximately 20 million years ago. From Thought.com. Proconsul marks the time of primate evolution when the old world monkeys and apes diverged from a common ancestor. Its hands and feet were more flexible than those of contemporary monkeys, lacked tails, a distinctly ape-like trait. Proconsul lived from 23 to 17 million years ago.
There's macaques that don't have tails too, but yeah, I think Proconsul is sort of the bridge, right? Between ape and old world monkeys.
From MassiveSci.com. In 1948, Mary Leakey found an almost complete fossil skeleton of a slight ape-like species near Lake Victoria, later named Proconsul africanus. It is now considered the ancestral species of both apes and humans, which later split into two evolutionary paths.
So you're going to leave out... So I guess we're not going to talk about the split between the old world monkeys and the new world monkeys and things like that, which is fine. You think we'd talk about the split between the Asian apes and the African apes, though, because orangutans are sort of unique in a lot of their features, and they used to not be just the only clade. There was a lot of them that we've shared, even into more modern times, that we've shared space with. But I digress.
Humans split from chimpanzees and bonobos 7 million years ago. It is generally hypothesized that the split occurred due to climate change. Deep jungles gave way to open savannas and grasslands. Sahelanthropus chidensis was discovered by a French team in the western Chad Desert in 2001. It has been dated to 6 to 7 million years ago. From the Smithsonian, Sahelanthropus chidensis is one of the oldest known species in the human family tree. Human-like features included small canine teeth, a short middle part of the face. The head of Sahelanthropus was held on an upright body associated with walking on two legs.
Yeah, and then it had... so we're going to go through... So far, there's not too much that I'm disagreeing with here about the discovery and when these are supposed to have lived. So Ardipithecus is going to give us 4 to 5 million years ago, which 4.4 is generally the accepted number. So yeah, this is not bad here. But
Ardipithecus ramidus then followed. Ardi was discovered by the Tim White team in Ethiopia in 1994. It is dated to 4 to 5 million years ago. In 1926,
I sort of lost a little bit of faith when that this was going to be decent when he couldn't say Galapagos, though.
Professor Raymond Dart at the University of Witwatersrand in South Africa was attending a wedding party for his best friend. A crate arrived at the door. It was from a nearby quarry.
Now the music's a little loud on this. I agree. Skeptics and Scoundrels and kind of like children's music. Yeah, like we're watching like a cutaway in Sesame Street or something.
He pried it open, and to his utter astonishment, at the bottom was an Australopithecine fossil, the Tongue Child. Dart's friend, the rather eccentric and famously ill-mannered Dr. Robert Broom, continued to find additional fossils of Australopithecines in caves throughout South Africa in the 1930s and 40s.
What does his manner have to do anything with the history of fossils? Of the fossils he discovered? That's so weird. He's like the eccentric and famously ill-mannered. I'm not. We're talking about the Australopithecines that he discovered.
In 1974, paleoanthropologist Donald Johanson and his friend Tom Gray were exploring some gullies in the Ethiopian desert. It was midday and getting too hot to continue.
Oh, we're getting to Lucy, right?
They decided to take a walk back to the Land Rover taken a different path. Johansen looked over his shoulder and spotted a hominid forearm bone. Then the pair found other scattered bones. They treaded carefully back to the Land Rover. From National Geographic. Discovered at Hadar, Ethiopia, Lucy, about 3.2 million years old, stood only a meter tall. She had powerful arms and long curved toes that allowed her to climb trees as well as walk upright.
But not an opposable toe, though. She did have curved toes, but they were not, raised as man-child. I think it's funny because these guys are going to have a hard time convincing the U.S. evangelical movement to go along with Lucy is real, even. They don't even want you to say Lucy's a real thing. They want you to say Lucy's a tree ape, is what they want you to say.
That night, there was a wild celebration back at camp. As Arizona State University Institute for Human Studies described it, there was, quote, drinking, dancing, and singing, end quote. Some members of the crew played the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds continuously on the cassette player. One of the partiers shouted out, "Why not call her Lucy?" Johansen agreed. Fully 40% of Lucy's skeleton was eventually recovered. Finding the pelvis bone was particularly important to confirm upright walking. Lucy was a hominid, not a chimpanzee. To this day, it is considered the greatest find of a hominid skeleton of all time.
There's been lots of cool finds of hominids since then too. My favorite's the Tong child, just because it shows it documents an event in history with the eagle and everything. But yeah, Lucy was pretty cool. There's also the Neanderthal that's in I think it's in a French cave that has the geodes formed on its skull from being stuck in the wall like that.
Australopithecines had a side branch. Paranthropus boisei was discovered by Mary Leakey at Olduvai Gorge, Tanzania in 1959. It's dated to 2.5 to 1.1 million years ago.
Yeah, Paranthropus doesn't have any living descendants though, so that's I guess that's why we're jumping over to the genus Homo. And Lucy's the only Australopithecine that we're going to talk about. The only Australopithecus species that we're going to talk about.
Our own genus began 2.5 to 2.6 million years ago. Homo habilis, handyman, was also discovered by Mary Leakey in Olduvai Gorge in 1959. Homo habilis was likely the first species in genus Homo.
Now, let's be clear, when we talk about the first species in a genus, right? That's just what humans decided. We decided that this is the first species we're going to call Homo. There's not like a divider between Australopithecines and Homo that's like, oh, on this side and that side of living species. No, it's just that's not the way that genetics work. That's not the way that population mechanics work. So when it comes to what we call a species, we draw a circle and say inside the circle are Homo. Right? Everything inside the circle is Homo. And we might change that over time as new evidence comes forward, as new genetic results come out, where we draw those circles at. So it's arbitrary, but it's arbitrary for it's anthropocentrically arbitrary, right?
Homo erectus arose in Africa 1.9 million years ago. But the species soon spread first to Southwest Asia, then to South Asia, and up to present-day China. Homo erectus survived on Java in Indonesia till 50,000 years ago. The first Homo erectus skull and bones were found on Java by an eccentric Dutch medical physician, Eugene Dubois, in 1890.
That's the second person he's called eccentric. Why are they eccentric? I guess rich people were the people collecting fossils back then. Maybe it's just rich eccentrics, is what he's trying to imply.
91. Dubois was given prison labor by the Dutch government to conduct his excavations.
Prison labor. Is that why he's eccentric? Luchador style, so we don't have to see his face. Yeah. I'm messing up his narrative, I know, right? I feel like a cage match would involve a level of skin being shown that we don't want from Powell. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to see Powell in a Speedo. That would just, maybe he can wear like a full suit like Rey Mysterio. Well, even he shows his arms.
After the emergence of Homo erectus, the fossil record gets increasingly complex. Paleoanthropologists call this the muddle in the middle. Homo heidelbergensis, for example, has been called poorly defined. The famous cowboy skull, dated 320,000 years ago, is assigned by some as Afro-Heidelbergensis.
So Heidelbergensis is the like the branch between the ancestral between Homo sapiens and Homo neanderthalensis. So it's like a common ancestor between those two lineages, and so we would expect to find it in northern and maybe eastern Africa, and into maybe the Middle East, the Levant, and perhaps even into Europe, because yeah, that's where Neanderthals evolved, was in Europe and Asia. So yeah, let's see what this guy has to say about it.
Others see it as its own species, Homo rhodesiensis. The fossils at Cima de los Huesos in Spain offer an alternative line. Homo antecessor, 800,000 years ago, with a modern human-like mid-facial region, could be ancestral to Neanderthals, Denisovans, and modern humans.
In other words, he's trying to say that modern humans evolved outside of Africa. I think that they're going to, the idea that they like to push on this channel is that it's Mediterranean origins. Yeah, he used Afro as a genus. Yeah, he's pretty disgusting. Yeah.
To Neanderthals, Denisovans, and modern humans. What appears to be
Did you catch that here? Because modern humans, European branch.
Denisovans and modern humans. What appears to be fairly certain is that Neanderthals and Denisovans emerged on the Eurasian continent 400 to 550,000 years ago. The two branches likely diverged as a result of a glacial maximum approximately 400,000 years ago.
And this is what he hates. He hates that that Homo sapiens basically came out of Africa and supplanted the European, the two European populations of the genus Homo, the Neanderthals and the Denisovans. It triggers him. It's because Africans conquered Asia and Europe. Deal with it. That's what happened. We're African. We're proud. We all have that descent, and we came and migrated into Europe and Asia. That's fine. That's okay. You need to calm down. You are not a Denisovan. You are not a Neanderthal, no matter how much you want to be. You know, we have that tiny little percent of Neanderthal. There you go. We brag about that all you want. That's what he bases it on. He's like, white people is this. Real modern humans is this.
Neanderthals roamed from northern Europe to southern Spain, all the way to central Eurasia. Denisovans lived from northern Siberia through Southeast Asia, all the way to present-day Indonesia. Another hominid...
You leave Kaylee out of this. What's your problem? Kaylee didn't do anything to you. She's not a white supremacist.
Emerged during this time period, Homo naledi in South Africa. Homo naledi is dated from 325,000 to 210,000 years ago. The species may have emerged as a sister species to Homo habilis. Over on the island of...
So, yeah, Homo naledi. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into Homo floresiensis. Is he going to say this is another species that's alive today? Because he says that... what was it? The Homo naledi is modern day pygmies in another video. The pygmy tribes. I don't like to be called pygmies. What's the proper word? I know I'm saying it. I'm saying it the offensive way, and I hate myself for that. But yeah, there's a proper word for it. The people with the small stature in the Congo. He actually thinks that they're Homo naledi.
To Homo habilis. Over on the island of Flores in present-day Indonesia, another species arose 300,000 years ago, Homo floresiensis. Only 3.5 foot tall, they are believed to be descendants of an isolated group of Homo erectus.
I give you kudos. That one you got right. Now we're going to talk about early Homo sapiens, and this is where it's going to get super cringy. Super cringy.
Jebel Irhoud in Morocco is widely accepted as the first hard evidence of the emergence of Homo sapiens 320,000 years ago. However,
Floresiensis merged with sapiens after the Third Age. Is this Tolkien verse? Okay, so yeah, we're going to claim that
20,000 years ago. However, very recent fossil finds in Israel 120,000 years ago, Bulgaria 45,000 years ago, and redating of the Epidema 1 skull found in a cave in Greece 210,000 years ago suggest a separate origins path for Europeans.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. There's a pyramid in Bulgaria that they say it's a pyramid. It seems to be like a hill that they hollowed out and built like maybe some mining shafts and stuff inside. But I'll have to cover that at another time. But we don't have Europeans don't have a different origin in Bulgaria or in Sicily or even in the Levant. We modern humans come from Africa. The oldest modern humans are in Africa.
Cro-Magnon emerged in Western Europe 45,000 to 65,000 years ago.
I don't think anybody uses this term anymore. Just they are archaic modern humans. Or archaic modern humans. Archaic Homo sapiens.
Cro-Magnon had 5 to 10% Neanderthal DNA admixture. Cro-Magnon is ancestral to modern Europeans.
Some of them, maybe, but yeah. What are you getting at here? What's so special about this little group of European archaic humans? You just think that they're super cool, or are you going to give us a reason why you're pointing out that they have 10% Neanderthal admixture? I'm interested in your, yeah. We always called him Cro-Magnon. when I was in school. They don't even use that term anymore, and that was back in the 90s and 80s. 90s mostly, I think. Yeah. So, oh, there's some friends I know. Well, a couple of them anyway. Aaron and Erica. I don't know what Vosh has to do with this. Vosh doesn't do evolutionary science. Who's the pink-haired guy? And I don't know who the long-haired other guy besides Aaron Ra is either. I don't know who this is down here. But leftists in evolutionary science, including some videos activists showed here. Do not expect those of us on the right to be well-versed on human evolution topics.
Leftists in evolutionary science, including some video activists shown here, do not expect those of us on the right to be well-versed on human evolution topics. We have provided you with a great deal of basic information on human origins. It is our hope that you will take this knowledge and put it to work in fighting the leftists online, at work, and in your personal life.
Yeah, do not go up to your people in your personal life and try to tell them that humans evolved in Europe and it's out of Africa is a false narrative. Please, especially if they're scientifically literate, you will sound like an idiot. They want to say that they provided us with their followers with information to help them. I think that this information is bad and easily debunked, right? I didn't even have to pull any sources up. We just had to let him cook, and it was bad because he couldn't even cite what he was talking about.
Public policy issues such as mass immigration, climate change, property rights, crime, and cultural decline are influenced hugely by social justice activists who claim to have science on their side.
I love that some video activists like Aaron Ra, Vosh, and Professor Snape.
With some of the knowledge you have gained here, you can now call these leftists out on their lies, half-truths, slander, and blatant propaganda.
The white people and black people are the same species as propaganda, guys. That's what we're supposed to take away from this. That's what they want conservatives to believe. Yeah.
Please use our channel as a resource to help you to fight back. Be sure to watch our other videos for specifics on some of the many human evolution topics we have introduced to you here. We have even created a playlist, Evolution for Conservatives. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and please pass this video on to others. Thank you.
Yeah, that music's a bit much. He has this other video about, I watched it, it's disgusting. Talking about how, yes, that African pygmies, modern Homo naledi, so it's pretty gross. What is this website, The Speciest? The Subspeciest? Is that a real website? We're not watching the gross video, but I want to, because he had a link showing. Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. All right. Does he have a link to it in his... I swear I spelled it right. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. So we'll do subspeciest.com. Nope, it's a dead link. leads nowhere. Subspecies.com. Oh, I put a D in there. That might change things. Nope, it's still not there. Subspecies.com. Nope. Your website does not exist anymore. Here we go. I don't know what that was about. Let's see what we have here. Celebrating maximum diversity for our human species. See, the Iceman was white with 5.7 Neanderthal DNA admixture. There's some cringy stuff here. Calling black people monkeys. Eek. What is subspeciesism? Let me get a drink. I'll drink this. Not exactly hydrating. No race is superior, no race is inferior. They are just a bit different. Stefan Molyneux. Subspeciesism is the belief that all modern Homo sapiens are not the same. Subspeciesists believe that there is vast diversity among modern humans and that our differences should not be downplayed, overlooked, or concealed. Further, subspecies believe that human diversity should not only be recognized but celebrated and encouraged. In short, subspeciesists favor maximum diversity for mankind. Professor John Hawk of the University of Wisconsin describes subspeciesism best in his YouTube video in 2013. People around the world today are enormously diverse. They behave in different ways. Some of the differences we see today are differences in anatomy. We look at people around the world and we see that they're very diverse in the shape of their skulls and their height and other aspects of their biology. Yeah, you gotta learn about things like the Founder's effect on populations. It doesn't mean that they're different species, though. Wow. That's actually going to come back again and later on in the show. Subspeciesism is synonymous with human biodiversity, human species variation, or subpopulations. Race realism is also consistent with subspeciesism, though population diversity deniers often use the term in pejorative sense and wrongly associate race realist with racism. Ew. Not a cherry picking quotes from people. The word race comes from the word raza, the old Italian. Just because scientists have shown that there are genetic differences between populations. Yeah, but not genetic differences to be a different subspecies, you buffoon. You realize how much anatomical and genetic differences have to be present for it to be a new subspecies, yet alone a new species? Roots of subspeciesism, it all starts with Linnaeus. Come on now. Modern human diversity. Ethnic groups, significant Neanderthal DNA. Or ethnic Europeans. Modern Euros uniquely adapted. Exception. Oh, you want to be triggered? European Neanderthal admixture could explain exceptional abilities in logic, reasoning, innovation, and adaptation to challenging environments. It could also account for unique phenotypic traits. Have you ever heard anything so disgusting in your life? What is wrong with these people? Some Neanderthal DNA seemingly gave advantages. Environmental. Well, yeah, because they were the people that lived in the mountains, right? Good grief. Yeah, and gene variants. Yes, that's the founder's effect. You're going to get... Oh, African continent. This is... Introgression from late Australopithecine, Homo naledi, or some other archaic hominid. Oh. Denisovans. A lot of this is what they just covered. But just looking through here, there's the Sentinelese people from North Sentinelese Islands. It's going to claim that Tibetans are Denisovans. Holy crap. You are totally cringe. And of course he looks like this. Of course he does. Race realism quotes from the cherry-picked articles. Oh, Boris Johnson. There you go. That's what you want to hear. Boris Johnson's take, right? Race realism versus racism. Subspecies complete site information. Oh, this is what the guy looks like. Yeah, we saw his picture on the other site. Yeah. Dondero. Are you the moderator and site editor? This lady here. So that's our site editor. Who else is on this? Is taking, putting their face on this cringy website? Oh, you don't want to put your face on here, Alan Van Arsdale? Yeah, this whole freaking site should just be called the Arsdale of the internet, because there's no subspecies of humans. There's no subspecies of humans. I don't know what to say. There's not. We don't have any extant subspecies of humans. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't be a programmer. I don't know anything about programming. Yeah, I find just the cringiest bottom of the bucket kind of stuff for you today from this. I was gonna initially I was like, yeah, I should do the response he did to Guts at Gibbon, but it doesn't even talk. It's a slideshow with music.
Top channel on YouTube for paleoanthropology.
Oh, maybe it's not.
Her videos typically gain over 100,000 views. Her video on
okay. We might have to come back and do this. I looked at a different one. I don't know which one I looked at, but it didn't have any words to it at all. I was gonna, or else I would have responded to that. But I think the one we watched was probably bad enough. I definitely didn't want to watch this freaking nastiness about the pygmies, African pygmies, modern Homo naledi bullcrap. But I did want you guys to see that this is the kind of crap that he's putting out here. And the reason I want this, I'm putting a light on this for a moment, is because this is the shit that Robert Zephyr, that he promotes, right? That these are the kind of people that look at Robert Zephyr and say, yeah, we can do that. We can make that argument that humans are, that white people are superior, and it's scientific. And there's nothing scientific about it, but here we are, Anyhow, take care, be kind, and we'll see you next time. All right. live from the Hive. Crew, don't go anywhere. We still got more show to come. We got some different. We got something sort of different for you. Something kind of a journey we're gonna go on. Okay, so hang in here with me, and I will see you guys right after this short community intermission.
One last thing. Some of you who've been around my channel for a while know that I gave a talk on Trans Day of Remembrance at a Methodist church, a local Methodist church. The pastor is an old friend of mine from sailing. She asked me if I would give this talk. Her child, I think eldest child, I think so. I think he is. But when I was working at a community sailing program, this child was uncomfortable. He felt out of place. His instructors were sort of and I tried really hard to make sure that kid was comfortable and felt good with the program. It got a little bit better. Both of his parents are sailors, like avid sailor types. They chartered my boat for a season, actually. And anyway, this kid goes to Sailmain and participates in that. Well, 4 years later, that kid told their parents that he was trans. And because his parents knew me, that kid survived. And because that kid knew me, that kid grew up to be a strong, healthy young man who's in college and loves sailing. So when we talk about holding the door open, it's for those kids that that otherwise will have their lives cut off, that will have that will not be able to live fully as who they are. And some of us of a certain generation remember what that felt like. And it took a lot of years to escape from that.
All right, hello. I got a little bit of I guess I'm gonna do this as a breeze bestiary, because we're gonna talk about a fun little fish named Gus today. And Gus has been around for a long time. Gus is a blue groper, which is a type of fish. Let's watch this quick little video.
New South Wales.
Here we go, let me restart it.
What we've got here is a spiny sea urchin. And boy, don't they have spines. There are countless billions of these on the east coast of New South Wales. They're quite an interesting animal because underneath is a beak with very, very sharp teeth, and they use these teeth to graze and rasp away at seaweed and algae on the bottom. And too many of these, and I believe there are too many of them, can destroy a lot of our natural habitats for fish by overgrazing. Another interesting...
So I know I mentioned the fish, but we got to talk about this problem first, right? Oh, y'all talking about, yeah, there's just a filter on that particular intermission that causes everybody to be different colors. I thought it was kind of cool, but yeah.
The thing about the sea urchin is at the very top of their body, right on the very top, is their anus. Not something I'd like. I wouldn't like to be a sea urchin. You never get anyone.
Depending on how you sit, your anus can be at the top of your body too. Yeah, it's a groper, a blue groper.
And they cut your hair. You can see these spines are very, very...
Not to be confused with a grouper, which is a different group of fish altogether.
Sharp. And they'll go straight through wetsuit boots. So they're very unpleasant to stand on.
And they'll also put on little hats in your aquarium, which is kind of adorable. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Sea urchins have got something quite interesting inside them. If we open it up with a knife, very carefully, you can see the yellow roe inside. And some people find that quite delicious. They regard it as a delicacy in places like Japan. For me,
I think I would pass.
To me it tastes like crap. I can't stand the taste of it. It's too much iodine in it for me, although it's probably quite good for you. You can see that for me to break open a spiny sea urchin, I used a knife. But out here, just offshore off these rocks, there's an animal that can smash open these sea urchins without any trouble.
Blue groper sleep in crevices and caves during the night and forage during the day.
See, different animal than a grouper, but very friendly. They're some of the friendliest fish in the sea, right? This is actually Gus, and this was from 11 years ago. This is Gus.
Their favorite food is sea urchin roe. Strong jaws, peg-like teeth, and rubbery lips can smash open the deadly spined urchins with ease.
They got like a parrot beak.
David Island has had a long association with one old groper. Gus has featured in many of David's television presentations over the years, and this media exposure greatly contributed to the eventual protection of this species from spearfishing.
Isn't he cute? Just an adorable big goofy fish. He's like, yum yum. Look at his silly teeth. They look like kind of like human teeth, though. Yeah. That's Gus. So, but we have bad news. Fury over killing of friendly blue groper. Remember that video we just watched was from 11 years ago. This is from a couple weeks ago. Divers in Sydney, Australia are furious after an eastern blue groper nicknamed Gus and reckoned to be over 40 years old, which used to be extremely friendly and approachable, has been killed by a spear fisherman. The fish, blue groper, are the official fish of New South Wales and are protected from commercial fishing and spearfishing. Had greeted scuba divers for decades off the Oak Park Beach south of Cronulla and was highly popular. So when a New Zealand spear fisherman shot and killed... What's that in the way? Move. What's it? Are you kidding me? Blocks it? Yeah. There we go. Shot and killed the iconic fish on the 30th of December. He was met by a horde of angry locals who wasted no time in photographing him with his prey as evidence of his crime. The spear fisherman with his prey was quickly confronted. The 26-year-old spear fisherman, who apparently expressed significant remorse for his actions, was subsequently given an on-the-spot $500 fine following questioning from the police. That is the penalty for taking the fish without using a rod or hand line. The maximum permitted fine is $22,000 Australian, or a prison term of up to 6 months. But no court appearance is required, which was why the diver's name was not issued by the police. PADI course director Peter Letts, owner of Abyss Scuba Diving, which has a blue groper inspired logo, said Gus was more than just a fish. He was an ambassador of the marine conservation, delighting divers with his mesmerizing hue and gentle demeanor. He continued, "We must act now to prevent such heartbreaking incidents from happening again. We need stricter enforcement of existing laws and regulation and more robust conservation effort." But was the dead fish even Gus? David Ireland, wildlife documentary maker, who originally gave the groper the name Gus back in the 1980s, later claimed that the victim had not in fact been Gus at all. He said that the dead fish was smaller and lacked distinctive scars near the tail where Gus had once been speared before. So, yeah, we're going to watch that too. It's just a minute and a half, or 2 minutes long.
Cronulla's popular blue groper, affectionately known as Gus and thought to have been illegally speared, might not be dead after all. In a surprise twist tonight, a wildlife filmmaker who named the famed fish says there's a telltale sign that he wasn't the one killed.
He's the friendly face who's been frolicking off Cronulla for years. Once thought to be this spear fisherman's catch, but now the tide has turned. Gus the groper could be alive.
Well, it's just not him.
If anyone knows the creature, it's wildlife filmmaker David Ireland, diving with him for decades.
Certainly one of my best friends, good old Gus. Even if I had a different colour wetsuit year after year, he'd always come to me.
The 76-year-old claims it's a smaller fish without a recognisable scar on his tail fin and could be an offspring of Gus.
They get bigger and bigger as they get older, and this one just doesn't have the body mass that Gus has.
Some witnesses are convinced Gus is dead. Regardless, all are up in arms over the penalty only being an $800 fine. Animal welfare groups want stronger regulations.
Fines of only a few $100 do nothing to deter future crimes from taking place.
In Jervis Bay on the south coast last week, 3 blue gropers were killed. While spearfishing them is banned, using a rod and line is allowed.
I feel greater education is really needed for people pursuing spearfishing as a hobby.
Leave these groper alone, guys.
Angelique Opie, 7 News.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to. I mean, yeah, that's kind of sad. Who knows if he's come back? We'll follow up if someone cites him, if he appears. But right now, I think the poor old guy is probably just wishful thinking that that's not the fish that that he was diving with in 2011. He's in his 70s, though. I don't know if he still goes out or not diving. That'd be kind of wild if he did. All right, so that was a little bit of Breeze Bestiary on the show for you today. I do have one more topic to cover, so stick with me. I'm gonna have a quick intermission here, and then we'll get things going. All right. We're gonna wrap the show up today with something fun and prehistoric. So we're gonna call this a little bit of Paleo Peak today. So thank you everybody who stuck around till the end to catch up on this, because we have something amazing, something that doesn't happen very often, and something that maybe changed my whole lineup last night. So if you're here for it, if you're with me, we are going to be talking about a brand new and distinct species of Tyrannosaurus. That's right, a new giant T-Rex species, or T-Rex cousin, Tyrannosaurus species. T-Rex's closest cousin discovered, shining light on Tyrannosaur origins. Let's see here. The closest known relative to the infamous Tyrannosaurus rex has been unearthed by paleontologists in New Mexico. The newly discovered Tyrannosaurus macraensis was found in New Mexico's Hall Lake Formation by paleontologist Sebastian Dahlman and his colleague. As part of a fossil skull was analyzed to find out more about the species, according to the paper in the Journals of Scientific Reports. In the Journal Scientific Reports. At first, researchers thought the remains belonged to T-Rex itself, given similarities, but closer observation found that it was not the case. There were several subtle differences between these remains and those of a T-Rex, including a slightly different jawbone structure. It also appears that this species thrived in a different period compared to T-Rex. It is estimated that the T. macraensis lived around 71 million years to 73 million years ago, about 5 million to 7 million years ago, or 7 million years before the T-Rex. So this is the T-Rex predecessor. It's also a Tarbosaurus predecessor, which is the Asian equivalent of T-Rex. where was I? The predator was around the same size as T-Rex, which was approximately 40 feet long and 12 feet tall. The discovery was not a surprise in the sense that the theory of evolution tells us T-Rex had earlier and more primitive relatives, lots of them. Nick Longridge, a co-author of the paper, who was with Milner Center of Evolution at the UK University of Bath, told Newsweek. But in paleontology, the problem is finding these things. You spend a lot of time looking and not finding, so it's something of a surprise when you do find it. He continues, it was a bit surprising in that we'd assumed the animal was late Maastrichtian, a geological period, and T-Rex, and then when we looked at the evidence, neither was true. It wasn't late Maastrichtian and it wasn't T-Rex. The animal was right in front of us and was on display in the museum in Albuquerque, and we didn't recognize that what it was for more than 30 years. Here's the actual jawbone. Pictured is the jaw of the Tyrannosaurus macraensis at the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science. The large scar towards the back of the jaw may have been the result of a fight with another creature. Interesting. Paleontologists do not believe the new species is a direct ancestor of Tyrannosaurus rex. It is more like a sister species, which means it is the closest known relative to the predator ever found. So yeah, calling it an ancestor is kind of a misnomer, but it's a basal sister and sisteral lineage. Once again, the extent and scientific importance of New Mexico's dinosaur fossil became clear. Many new dinosaur remains to be discovered in the state, both in the rocks and in museum drawers. Spencer Lucas, paleontological curator at the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science, said in a summary of the paper's findings. The discovery shed light on the origins of T-Rex and indicates that more Tyrannosaur species have yet to be discovered. There's a lot of Tyrannosaur fossils waiting to be studied and restudied. I'm currently looking at a Tyrannosaurus in Mexico, and it seems they have different species, Longridge said. The most notable finding is that these huge apex predators lived in this area earlier than originally thought. Researchers also now believe that the Tyrannosaurus lineage may have begun in what was then the southern Laramidia, an island that was once stretched from modern-day Alaska to Mexico. Although this discovery answers a lot of questions, it raises others that are still puzzling paleontologists. It seems the larger dinosaur evolved only in the southern regions, including Tyrannosaurus. The species that spread north to the end of the Cretaceous period, the reason still being a mystery to scientists. Yeah, and then here's the actual paper with some of the fossil comparisons. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Go back. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Laramidia. That shows you where our dinosaur was found and what the continents looked like back when it was around. Here's what we found of the animal itself in the white here. We have post-orbital. I don't know what this one's called. It's the rear fenestra, though, that it's on. Yeah. This is the pre-orbital fenestra, so this would be the post-orbital fenestra. This would be the post-orbital ridge. Okay, I think I got it. This is how they figured out it wasn't T-Rex too, is where it was found at, because there is, well, here's some comparisons with actual T-Rex too, show how there's some anatomical variance between the two tyrants, right? Where's that timeline at that I'm looking for, though? Here it is. Yeah. So this is showing where what layer this was actually found in, and how we know because of the pink tuft underneath it. That's one of the defining characteristics of this Hall Lake formation that we're able to, and that's volcanic, that we're able to date things with. These are other dinosaurs that were found in that formation. The different species that were indigenous. Let's see. Let's go back up to. Now that we've looked at that, no, we already looked at that one. There was something I saw up here. Yeah, so you got this divergence, right? But now we think that happened further back. Had to have, because these guys went to Asia and these guys went to North America. Anyway, what do you guys think? Pretty cool stuff. I await new research on this. I'm always excited to see a new species named, but also wouldn't be surprised to see it become a synonym with Tyrannosaurus rex at some point in the future. Just a subspecies or a variation. Anyway, yeah. So that's about all I got for you guys this morning. Really a little bit shorter of a show, but that's okay. Please remember to be kind and take care. We'll see you next time. All right. Have a good one.